Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I was recently at the Association for Manufacturing Excellence convention held in Cleveland, Ohio. And if you've never been to this convention, there is a mix of manufacturing specific content, but a lot of industry agnostic content. And I've been to a lot of the universal content before, and it's very interesting and very applicable, lean concepts and things like that. But this year, I went to more of the manufacturing sessions just to see what's happening in those spaces and what I might be able to extract and translate back into my non-manufacturing world. And one of the things I learned about was this concept of the digital twin. If you don't know what the digital twin is, it is essentially a digital model of a physical process. And it's been around in manufacturing for a decade or more. And it makes a ton of sense, right? If you want to make improvements to the way a process works on a shop floor, it can be expensive to move things around, stop production, push raw materials through, and that sort of thing. So rather than doing it live, you do it in the digital replica of that process. You PDCA, you make some assumptions, you make some changes, and see what happens. When you finally get it to the spot you like on the digital twin, you can go invest in that on the shop floor. Makes a lot of sense. So I started to think about what would the ability be to bring this over to a non-manufacturing space, and what would the benefits be? And I was thinking that, these days work is becoming more and more digitized. And it's harder to see and follow that work from end to end and understand the upstream and downstream impacts of that work and where it queues up and why and where it comes from. But if I had a digital twin of the work that we do, I might know that better. So I almost wonder if we were to challenge ourselves that once a month we were to take one stretch of our processes, one deliverable, one action set, whatever it is, and map it out, ideally with a value stream map, showing a little bit more of that flow annotation. And then month by month, start connecting and piecing together the adjacent parts of our work, and even so much so as to spill out to the neighboring areas that we receive work from or send work to start to create this bigger puzzle, this bigger flow of our work. We could really use that to make some informed decisions. It starts to feel to me almost like that game of mousetrap, right? Where the marble is following along, hitting different turnstiles and twists and sticking points, and the work is the marble. You can see where it's going, where it's heading, and how fast it moves where it moves slow. Now, if there's any underperformance in our teams or in our work, or maybe there's some stretch goals we want to hit, we can consult the map and make adjustments and decisions and tests. Maybe we move a piece of work upstream or downstream, or maybe we take something out, or maybe we speed this up or slow that down. And you can see what the net effective of those decisions are before you go and apply it to the work itself. Now this map, this growing London tunnel system, becomes part of your digital records and your SOPs, as well as it defines the standards for how the work is done today, which can take some doing as well to get people aligned. But now you have this map and you have this definition of how the work is done so that you can understand it and then also make improvements on it for tomorrow. Anyhow, I thought this concept of the digital twin was very interesting and something I'm curious to try out in my teams and the teams that I support and see how it affects the work we do over the long term. Thanks for listening. I hope you found that interesting. If you'd like to hear more on these subjects, click subscribe to stay connected and comment in the chat with thoughts you have about this idea of the digital twin. Until next time.